Welcome to C Code Lab. In today's lecture, we'll be talking about this cin and getline. We'll be talking about cin and getline. In the last lecture, I really explained this, but I don't think I get to the line that you will understand me properly. So I want to bring this again so you can have very clear understanding what this actually means. In the last lecture, it was kind of a little bit kind of on ease. It was complicated, but I will bring this thing very clear for you to understand between what happens between cin and getline. So in today's lecture, I want to be explaining what happens before these two things. If you use this cin and getline together, they actually produce error. Like they give out error some kind of way by the compiler. It's produced some kind of error for you. So in today's lecture, I will be explaining or we'll be going through what caused that and how we can solve that. And another method we can use to solve that. So we just go some ways, we try and explain some things. Like we'll go through some things that it's going to be clear to you how this cin and getline works. So now the first thing I'm going to do is to declare an integer. Don't worry, to declare a variable. Don't worry, I mean we're going to be explaining or talking about this in the next lecture. So just be in haste, and if you know what int is, good luck to you. So now int, so I'll be declaring age. So I'll give the age 0 and string and name. So now since I am using string library, I have to include string in the reprocessor here because I don't think this is recognized, but let's try and use it. I'm not sure it is being updated to this particular version. It's the last one I used, it was okay, but now I think it has been updated, and whereby you have to declare in string, library before you can use it. So now let's try and let's try and include that. Let's try and include that now. So we're gonna include string library. So it's very easy for us. Just include include and the string. Then let's go to the next one. So we're gonna be printing to the console and we're taking input from the user. So now we're gonna be using some simple stuff. So since I'm coming, sorry. Fine. So now we declared. Let me try and explain this simple lines of code. First thing, I declare a variable and I give the value of 0 to it. Like I make this give it the value of 0. Because on the norms, if I should declare this variable, it's not okay, because the compiler is going to store chunks in it, but I don't want to add chunks. I just want a very clean code, so I give it the value of 0. So just understand that this is the value of 0, this is 0, and then I declare the string holding nothing, it's empty. So then the next one is that I print to the console. Like you said, if you are actually sending data to the console, it has to be in this kind of angle bracket, this left angle bracket, printing to the console, and then we are actually extracting from the user. We are extracting things from the user, and so we are extracting input, or we are taking input from the user or whosoever it is. And now these lines of code, this one says we are printing actually, and here we are getting string data or characters from the user. So let's run this code and let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, I think it's already running. Let me try it again. Okay, good. So build with GCC. I'm gonna use this GCC 14. So now is too slow. Too slow. So now we're gonna be experiencing our binary code. Our binary code is gonna convert the source code to binary, and let's wait for that. It's checking through our code. What the compiler is doing right now is checking through our code if you have errors or we have a clean code. So it's going through every code lines by line from the first line to the last one we have here, which is 22. So it's going to check it through one by one. Sorry, it's kind of slow, but when I keep running or use it, it's just kind of slow. Sorry about that. It's taking damn long. Okay, we have to hold on. We have to hold our peace. And the patient's dog ate the fattest bone. So we have to be calm. I have a very slow computer. That's just one of the reasons. My memory processor is very low. That's one reason. Okay. So while this is running, let's just try and explain something, or let's just try and make something make sense. So now we know that. So now I mean, this string we have here. Okay, that's declared. Okay, we don't need to talk. We don't need to take much. So let's take this away and go to terminal. So view and go to terminal. So I'm gonna view what is in the binary and follow the instruction given to us. Partial detected streams, whatever it is. Okay. So yeah. So now what's your age? And just my age is this. My age is 22. And I will press enter. Wow, what's going on? Wow, this is gonna be wow. Fine, I have this lines. This code is it's fine. There's no error. Like, this is a clean code. But I entered my age and I'm about to enter my name, and it was like the compiler get through it. I was like, no, you don't have the access to enter your age. What's going on? What's the problem? Okay, fine. So this is actually what happened. First thing, when the compiler takes your input, send it to the terminal, and then you print this code, or you send this code to the console to extract data. I actually extract my age. So now it remains my name, doesn't give me access to. So this is actually what happened. First thing, there's what we call input buffer. Input buffer is whereby it's a kind of memory that stores your inputs, or it's kind of where it's temporary memory, not really permanent. It's temporary memory that stores your data, your inputs data there. So now, first thing, what happens actually in this? What do we do here that makes this thing false, or that makes this thing not to work? What happens is that this cin here reads every single click you press on your keyboard. Every single click you press on your keyboard, like every single thing you press on your keyboard. But let's try and understand what you click. First thing there, you were asked to print your age. It's what you print 22, and you print something else again, which you don't even notice that, which is what n. New line, you press enter key. Enter key is actually new line. It's like you are actually clicking on new line. So you click on enter key and it represents new line. So new line also is being read from your inputs. So this particular cin actually reads not only new, like I said, it reads every single thing you click on the keyboard. So it also reads space, your space. When you add space, it reads also. It reads both tabs too. So spaces, let's just say spaces. So it reads spaces, it reads tabs. Sorry. Excuse me. I have a call. I'm very sorry. So sorry. Very, very sorry. So, sorry about that. I have to pick that. I am so sorry. I am so sorry for my professional way. Sorry, it took everyone have phone calls and everyone picks calls, but actually I didn't pick calls. I ignored it, but I'm sorry about that. So what happened actually is that when we enter 22 key, it reads it, and we do something else again. We add tab, so we add new line to it. So we press enter, and it also reads our enters, and once it solves that finish, it goes to the next line, which is this next line of code. It prints this to the console, and when it gets to this particular line there, what the compiler did is that it used this up. It used it up. Like, you have new line stored in the memories of the buffer. Like you have new line stored of the input buffer. So new line is being stored in the memory. So because of the new line that's stored in the memory, it is not read by this particular one, because firstly we declared only age, and what is only age that is being used. New line is not used. It doesn't have meaning. It's not necessary. What I actually need there is only age. But some kind of way your compiler read your new line, even the new line you press, it read it and stored it in memory. And when you declare this get line, which is a string, it used the new line you have, this new line you have here. Sorry, new line. The new line you have here, which is enter key that you pressed, to create a new line. It used it up. It used this to represent this. It consumed this ones up, and that's the reason why you do not see anything here. That's the reason why you do not have access to input your age, your name. So how can we solve that? How can we solve that? Fine. This is very, very simple. Very, very simple. So this is what you're gonna do. Since this cin, that's for this, since the cin doesn't accept or does not actually tolerate any kind of nonsense or stuff like that, it's just accept only the integer and left. Like it doesn't tolerate moderate. Like, it doesn't tolerate moderate, so it only just takes the first input and uses it up, which is the age that we takes in. So it uses the age in, and it's consuming, and it is fine, and it leave all the remaining data, which is new line. It doesn't do anything to it, doesn't clear it up, it just leave it alone, and it goes to this one and uses it up here. So how can we solve that? So first thing you have to do is to understand that there's what called clear. We're gonna clear the memories of the input buffer. So let's say new line store in the memories of the buffer. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna clear this new line away. We're gonna clear it from the input buffer in the memory, like in the temporary memory of the buffer. So we're gonna clear the new line character, which is new line. This new line, we're gonna clear it away from the temporary storage. That's the temporary memory that I mean. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna say std cin, then we're gonna say ignore. So ignore actually is a function in cin. So ignore has a kind of written code in it also. So now this code, this particular specific code, is gonna clear whatever is being in the temporary stored in the input buffer. So it's gonna clear it. So first let's just run the code. I think it's fine now. So let's I don't need to save. So I'm gonna run the code again and check what is there. It should be able to get this thing very fast for us now. I think it should be able to get things very fast for us now. You shouldn't waste time the way you used up my time before. Oh, please, 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 please. Okay. So, and I'm gonna be explaining, like, okay, first let's just try and let's just try and see what is here before I jump in the next one. Oh, please be fast. Come on, just to comply. I'm gonna write my compiler, please. This compiler is too slow. Of course it's my computer, it's not the compiler's fault. I know. Okay. So okay, fine. So let's clear this up. I'm gonna clear the screen. CLS just to clear the screen, and let me check up my code. Fine. Age is what, 22, and a name. You see, I have the access to use my name, so it allows me to enter my name. Fine. This is a very good and clear code. So what happened is that I cleared the temporary storage. I cleared the new line stored in the temporary memories of the input buffer. So I cleared the memory stored. I cleared the new line that is stored in the memory. So that's what I did here. So I cleared that new line, which is this n that is stored here. Where is it here? So it is here. It is stored in this place here. So I cleared it up. So that's the reason why I have access to what? Input my name. And let's make it more more meaningful or more skillful. So let's say we add yes. So and let's say yeah. So now we can also chain it, and it won't affect us, except if we actually ignore this. So we can also chain the input. We can chain the input. We can enter more than one input. Like, you should know about that, or if you don't know about that, so you are knowing now that you can actually chain inputs. So you can take more than one input. Sorry. So now you can actually have access to take more input. So, and you won't have problems using getIgnore. So I said getIgnore. I'm using, sorry, not getIgnore. I mean cin and ignored the inputs. So if you have this particular code line, so it ignores your temporary memory stored there. And if you have your chain inputs, doesn't matter also, it's going to clear it up. So just make sure you have your things stored clean and clear. Okay, fine. I'm going to use same thing. Okay, my age and year. Remember I have year. So now, you know, I entered 2 year, I entered age, I press enter key, I entered year, I press enter key again. So now the both enter key, the new line has been cleared up for you. It has been cleared up because I use my ignored. So ignored any temporary memory stored, which is the new line that is stored. I mean, clear the new line or character or tab or anything stuff like that. You should just clear it off away from me, from my memory. So that's just it. So let's just clear this away, and let me show you one example again. And or kind of, yes, you can also use clear. If you don't want to use ignore, you can also use clear. So yesterday clear is also working. Yesterday, say in, then ignore clear works. So clear is also a function. It also works as well. It works like, or it works just like ignore. So let's run the code and let's see if we are right or we are wrong. So you can just see if you're right or wrong. That's how to learn more about the thing. You test what is doubtful and what you think it is right or what you think it is not right, and just to make sure you get the correct one. So let's try and check what is exactly right or wrong in this particular code here. So like I tell you before, you can also use clear. It works the same thing, the same way. It works the same way ignored work. So now age. So yeah. Okay. There's error here. There's error. Okay, I think a clear doesn't really particularly work for that. Okay, now clear doesn't really work. Let's try and check what is the problem. Okay, let's check out for ignore. Let's check out for ignore. Okay. Okay. Let's just make sure that, let's try and understand that the ignore actually is working fine, and you don't need to use clear anyway. You don't need to use clear anyway. You don't need to use clear. Ignore is working fine. So after that, I think we are good. So we can actually print out our data to the console. We can actually put the age is what age, and year. And year is year. And we can actually have your name, so good. And let's try and run the code and let's check what is found in it, and let's see what we have here. So I'm going to be showing another method, a very interesting method you can actually use to solve this thing again. I think you're gonna like it. My compiler is then wasting our time. It's taking about a minute. Okay, fine. It's run fast now. It's getting warm up. It's really getting warm up, and it's working fine for us now. Terminal. So come on, I clicked everything. I know I clicked it out. So now my age 22, year, to name, okay, good. So your age is 22 and your year is 2002. Your name is this. So now we have a very clean and clear code, no error, no problem, no nothing, no bullshit. Nothing is wrong, and it's fine. We are good. So now I want to give you another method we can actually use to solve both int character and string to get input from the user. So let me show you another method you can actually use. So let's say I don't want year. So let's just use this particular stuff. But this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be using string. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use age, and that's the variable. I'm gonna use the variable age and age string, and I'm gonna use name. Fine. So the next thing I'm gonna do is that I will print to the console asking of my age. So now I'm gonna say so, but you're gonna be surprised, like I am using string for string for integer. Why is it wrong? Like, why am I using this interchange? I'm gonna tell you the reason why I'm using this and why I need to use this to solve the next example or the other way to solve things like this. So now this is a string character. I mean this is a string character that takes text or symbols or stuff like that, but does not accept integer. It accepts integer though, but in the memory see it as character. That's string character. In the memory see it as string character. So it's the memory does not treat this as numbers at all. It does not treat it as number because you're actually using string. So it is stored in the memories of string. In your RAM, it is stored in the memory. It is stored in the memory of string. So this character is treated as string. So this is what I'm gonna do to make sure it is treated as integer. Like it should be stored in the string integer's memory. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna declare integer again. So age, and I'm gonna do std stoi, and so now the next thing I'm gonna do is that I am going to call this age string. So what happened here is that this is what we call conversion. This is what we call conversion. We are actually converting from string to integer. Converting from string to integer. So we are converting from string to integer. So this is a string character. This is a string character. So we are converting it to integer. Then we're gonna do what again? We're gonna say next thing we're gonna do is your name. And name. And if you see this, you see it's gonna work very fine for us. I use the string character, I mean the inputs of string to get integer, and I convert it. I mean, yeah, to get integer, but indirectly I convert it to what? To integer direct with this string here. Then let's see how our compiler see our code, and let's run this code. So let's gonna see how it's gonna run our code for us. And what did I click? What is all this? What is all this? What is all this? I'm making a bullshit error. So now, oh, what am I doing? I'm just not so calm. I'm not very calm. I'm trying to delete the compiler from running our binary, updating our binary. I mean, it has actually run our binary, so you just want to update what is in it. Just want to update it, still running it and checking it again. Okay, good. So what is gonna happen here is that, okay, fine. Yep, I know I make error. What am I clicking, please? Oh god, what is all this? I am not calm. I'm not calm. I'm not calm. I can sit myself. I'm not calm. So I'm gonna click on terminal and fine. Let me just clear the screen. Then after that, code lab, and find age is 22 and name Fine, no difference. It's just like the same thing we did before. How will I know that this is integer? How will I know that this is string? So this is just normal stuff. Of course, this is normal. So this is how you know that your code it is being or your age is being treated like an integer. This is what we understand now. So first thing we're gonna do is that we're gonna do I'm oh sorry. So like I don't need to run again. I will just need to be use the I need to so now oh what am I clicking? What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? So I think my mind is trying to be slipped away. So good, fine. Instead now we won't use age again, we will use just number. Let's say number, and now press enter. See what's going on. Terminate call after terminate call after throwing the instance of xcd invalid argument, which is this particular one here. So now it's telling us that the value we have here is no more string anymore. This is not number, it's not supposed to be treated number. It's not supposed to be treated in this way anymore. That's number which I use 22. It is now convert to string, and it is convert to integer. So now it should be treated like in integers way. It should be in integers format, like character, like whole number. It should not be treated in a way that as string, because it has been removed or it has been converted to or it has been stored in integers memory. So that is actually what happened here, and I hope you get what I'm trying to say. I hope you get me, and this code is very clean and clear. So I hope you get what I'm trying to say here. So we can actually use string to get numbers or the whole number or integer character from the user by using this particular code. And when you get here, you can convert the code, but with this one here you can convert it to integer, making conversion from this one to this one here. And when you convert it finish, it is stored in integers memory. It's stored in this memory, because if you want to print it again here, so it's gonna say so if you're gonna print it again here, it is a you will use. You don't have to use this particular one again, because we have converted the character from here to here. So this is what we should use, and I don't think it's really necessary for me to print that. So you can do that yourself, and you can just try and make it. But I am very sure it's going to work fine, and if you print it, it's going to work fine. Treat it as integer. So that's how you convert your, because I've already used example from, I use string character instead of using number, and you see that the compiler throws up error, gives us error that this is wrong, this is particular was is wrong, which is compiler error. So we did that error was wrong, or yeah, it was kind of wrong. So now let's try and understand this. So thank you very much everyone. Have a nice day, or just take care of yourself. So in the next class, we bring the next class. I'll bring the next class very soon, and just get ready for it. Sorry for the other time, for the calls and for the everything. I'm very sorry. Thank you very much. Bye.